Welcome to Peak Pro. If you feel distracted, mentally tired, and unable to focus even when you want to, you are not broken. Your brain is overloaded, and today we will explain why this happens. Modern life rewires your brain for distraction through dopamine overload, multitasking, and constant stimulation. Science shows this weakens attention, motivation, and deep thinking over time. In this video, you will learn evidence-based methods to double your focus, retrain your brain, and build systems that make concentration easier, stronger, and sustainable. Focus is not a personality trait. It is a biological process controlled by your brain's attention system. In modern life, this system is under constant attack. Notifications, multitasking, and mental overload push your brain into a reactive mode. Neuroscience shows that attention is a limited resource managed by the prefrontal cortex. When too many inputs compete, focus collapses. This is why people feel mentally busy but accomplish very little. Understanding this mechanism is the first step. If you treat focus as a skill governed by brain rules, not motivation, you can begin to double it systematically. One major reason focus feels weak is dopamine imbalance. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. It is the motivation and anticipation signal. Fast rewards like social media constantly spike dopamine. Over time, your brain becomes less sensitive to slow rewards like studying. Research shows this reduces sustained attention. The result is a craving for novelty and difficulty staying with one task. This is not laziness. It is neuroadaptation. When you understand dopamine's role, you stop blaming yourself and start designing better focus conditions. Working memory is the brain's focus workspace. It can hold only a few items at once. When tasks are unclear or too large, working memory overloads quickly. Cognitive science shows overload leads to mental fatigue and avoidance behavior. This is why vague goals feel exhausting. Clear, defined tasks reduce cognitive load and free attention. The brain focuses better when it knows exactly what success looks like. Precision is not perfectionism. It is a biological requirement for sustained focus. Mental fatigue is often mistaken for a lack of discipline. In reality, it is a protective signal from the brain. When neurons fire continuously without rest, performance drops. Studies on attention show focus naturally declines after prolonged effort. This is why pushing longer does not mean focusing better. Strategic breaks restore neural efficiency. Understanding fatigue prevents burnout and improves consistency. Focus grows when effort and recovery are balanced, not. The brain focuses best in rhythmic cycles. Research on ultradian rhythms shows humans naturally concentrate in 90-minute waves. After that, attention declines. Ignoring this rhythm leads to frustration and low-quality work. Using time blocks aligned with brain cycles improves output and reduces fatigue. Focus is not about forcing attention. It is about working with your brain's natural timing. This is one of the fastest ways to improve focus without changing motivation. Environmental signals strongly control attention. The brain constantly scans for threats and novelty. Cluttered spaces increase cognitive load, even when you are not aware of it. Studies show visual noise reduces task persistence. A simplified workspace tells the brain it is safe to focus. This is not about aesthetics. It is about reducing unnecessary neural processing. When the environment is clean, the brain spends more energy on the task, not on scanning distractions. Attention follows intention. Without a clear intention, the brain defaults to habits. Goal-setting research shows specific goals activate the prefrontal cortex more strongly than vague plans. Saying, "study biology," is weak. Saying, "solve 5 problems," creates direction. The brain needs a target to aim attention. This is why micro-goals dramatically improve focus. They reduce uncertainty and increase engagement at the neural level. Immediate focus can be trained, not just protected. Brief mindfulness practices strengthen attention control networks in the brain. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing improves task persistence. Studies show mindfulness reduces mind wandering by improving awareness of distraction. This is not relaxation, it is attention training. When practiced consistently, it increases your ability to notice distraction and return focus quickly. Practice for today. Choose one task, define it clearly, remove all non-essential inputs, and work in one focused block. No multitasking, no notifications. After the block, stop and recover. This practice aligns dopamine, working memory, and attention rhythm in one system. You are not forcing focus, you are enabling it. This is the foundation for doubling focus in the short term, and it prepares your brain for deeper habits in the next stage. Focus does not survive in chaos. It survives in structure. Your brain evolved to conserve energy, not to resist distractions all day. When your environment is unstructured, the brain must constantly decide what to ignore. Decision-making consumes attention. Research in cognitive psychology shows that structured environments dramatically reduce mental fatigue. This is why highly focused people rely on systems, not willpower. Structure removes unnecessary choices, allowing attention to stay locked on what matters. Time blocking is one of the most evidence-backed focus tools. It works because it creates psychological boundaries. When time has a clear purpose, the brain stops negotiating. Studies on deep work show protected time blocks increase output and reduce anxiety. The key is not longer hours, it is intentional scheduling. Time blocking converts abstract goals into concrete action windows, making focus easier to sustain. The Pomodoro technique is effective because it aligns with attention endurance. Short focus bursts reduce mental resistance. Knowing a break is coming lowers stress and increases commitment. Research shows that structured breaks prevent attention collapse. Pomodoro is not about rushing, it is about maintaining consistency. When used correctly, it trains your brain to enter focus faster and recover more efficiently. Digital distractions hijack attention systems. Notifications trigger the brain's orienting response, forcing attention to shift. Even unread notifications reduce performance. Behavioral studies show phone presence alone lowers cognitive capacity. This is why digital minimalism is not extreme, it is functional. Removing notifications and limiting apps restores attention control by reducing constant threat and novelty signals. Task preparation determines focus quality. When tools, files, and instructions are ready, the brain enters work smoothly. When preparation is missing, attention leaks into searching and switching. Research on task initiation shows friction increases procrastination. Preparation reduces cognitive friction. Focus improves when starting is easy and clear. Clear goals act as attention anchors. Behavioral science shows that specific goals increase persistence and accuracy. Vague goals force the brain to self-correct constantly. This drains working memory. Writing clear outcomes before starting directs attention and stabilizes focus. The brain performs best when it knows what done looks like. Accountability multiplies focus. When goals are shared, commitment increases. Studies show social accountability doubles follow-through rates. This works by activating social reward and loss avoidance systems in the brain. You focus better when your brain knows the outcome is visible. Accountability turns intention into obligation. Practice for this stage, design one protected focus block each day. Prepare tools in advance, silence digital noise, define one clear goal, and stop when the block ends. This trains your brain to associate structure with focus. These systems reduce dependence on motivation and prepare your attention for long-term strengthening in the final stage. Self-compassion is not weakness. It protects focus. Harsh self-criticism increases stress hormones that impair attention. Research shows supportive self-talk improves persistence. When mistakes happen, refocusing calmly preserves momentum. Focus improves when the brain feels safe, not threatened. Multitasking is one of the fastest ways to destroy focus. Brain imaging studies show the brain does not truly multitask. It rapidly switches tasks. Each switch costs time and energy. This is called attention residue. Part of your brain stays stuck on the previous task, reducing performance on the next one. Productivity research shows multitasking can reduce efficiency by up to 40%. Single tasking is not a productivity trick. It is how the brain is designed to work at full capacity. Long-term focus is not built by techniques alone. It is built by changing how the brain is wired. Neuroplasticity means the brain adapts to repeated behavior. What you practice daily becomes automatic. If distraction is practiced, focus weakens. If sustained attention is practiced, focus strengthens. Research shows repeated focus habits reshape attention networks over time. This is why short-term hacks fail without long-term systems. The goal is not temporary concentration, but a brain trained for deep focus. Physical movement directly improves focus. Exercise increases blood flow, oxygen, and neurochemicals like BDNF that support learning. Research shows even 10 minutes of movement improves attention and executive function. Exercise primes the brain for focus by reducing stress and increasing alertness. Focus is not only mental, it is physiological. Sleep is the foundation of focus. During sleep, the brain clears metabolic waste and consolidates memory. Studies show sleep deprivation reduces attention, working memory, and decision-making by up to 50%. No focus strategy can override poor sleep. Consistent sleep schedules stabilize circadian rhythms, allowing attention systems to function optimally. Focus is built at night before it is used during the day. Nutrition affects focus more than most people realize. The brain consumes significant energy. Dehydration and blood sugar crashes reduce attention rapidly. Research links omega-3 fats, stable glucose, and hydration to improved cognitive performance. Focus declines when the brain lacks fuel. Long-term attention requires consistent nutritional support, not stimulants. Chronic stress is a focus killer. Elevated cortisol damages attention and memory systems over time. Studies show long-term stress shrinks areas involved in executive control. Stress management is not optional for focus. Techniques like controlled breathing, recovery time, and realistic workload protect attention capacity. A calm brain focuses longer. Mindfulness practice creates durable attention changes. Long-term studies show meditation thickens brain regions linked to focus and self-regulation. Unlike short-term focus tricks, mindfulness improves awareness of distraction before it takes control. This allows faster refocusing. Over time, attention becomes more stable and less reactive. Identity shapes focus behavior. When people see themselves as disciplined, they act accordingly. Psychology research shows identity-based habits last longer than goal-based habits. Saying, "I am someone who focuses deeply," guides behavior automatically. Long-term focus improves when actions align with self-image, not just rules. Delayed gratification strengthens attention control. Resisting immediate rewards trains the prefrontal cortex. Research shows this improves impulse control and long-term focus. Small daily practices like delaying phone use or snacks build mental endurance. Focus improves when the brain learns to wait. Consistency beats intensity. Focus systems fail when they are too extreme. Brain change requires repetition, not exhaustion. Studies on habit formation show small, consistent actions outperform short bursts of effort. Sustainable focus grows when practices are realistic and repeatable. Practice for long-term focus. Protect sleep. Move daily. Eat to support brain energy. Manage stress and train attention consistently. Combine lifestyle support with structured focus systems. This is how attention becomes strong, stable, and reliable. You are no longer fighting distraction. You are becoming focused by design. Distraction weakens focus through multitasking, dopamine overload, and mental fatigue. Subscribe to Peak Pro for more evidence-based psychology, productivity, and self-development